Attempting to watch 1,000 games of football before the end of the 2026 FIFA World Cup, only ranking every single one to find out which game is the greatest of the season. Today, we are covering action in the MLS playoffs as Inter Miami take on New York City. I was super excited for this game. Even though I predicted Inter Miami would win this game and relatively comfortably, I did think that New York had a slight opportunity to put up a good challenge here. And, even though they're missing a couple of key players, I was really hopeful that they would be able to sort of take this to the wire. However, the game opened up very early, and it was clear that Inter Miami were just better in all regards. They would open the scoring early through Allende, a beautifully worked finish from him, a half volley rocket into the actually it wasn't even a half volley, it's just a regular volley, a rocket into the near post past Matt Freese to give Inter Miami a 1-0 lead. And mere minutes later, Allende would add to his total with an incredible header, a deep ball that he would just flick with a header over Matt Freese to make it 2-0 to Inter Miami. They were off to a great start. However, New York would respond by pulling one back before the halftime break. A header from New York-born Justin Huck would give them a lifeline back into the game going into the second half. And I'll be honest, for the first 20 minutes of the second half, we witnessed an incredibly tightly contested MLS game. And it was really, really exciting. This was probably my favorite period of the game, not only because I'm, a sort of New York fan when it comes to the MLS, but this was just really good football from both sides. And throughout it, neither side scored a goal, but each side had 3 or 4 really good chances. It was back and forth. It was high intensity, but it would be broken by Inter Miami scoring their third. An assist for Messi as he found Argentinian youngster Silvetti, who scored to give it back to a 2-goal lead to Inter Miami. And from here, Inter Miami would continue to show their class. Their fourth goal was probably one of the best worked goals I have seen in just the history of the MLS. And look, it's not some 40-yard screamer. I know we've seen those in the MLS. I know we've seen Zlatan scoring batshit crazy goals. I know we've seen half-line goals, whatever. This goal was just beautiful football. Involved plenty of good build-up. A slip through from Segovia to Jordi Alba, who backheel assisted it to Segovia through 2 New York players. He would finish it to make it 4-1, and Inter Miami would have a fifth through Allende, who would finish off the game, earning himself a hat-trick, sending Inter Miami to the final of the MLS. This was an incredible game, and look, Inter Miami are probably the best thing to have ever happened to the MLS, and this is just more proof of why they are fantastic. Overall, I'm going to rate this game an 8.4.